Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. We're here each and every day. Every day. Do you notice that? It's Thanksgiving and we're here. And we're talking about this. What are you most grateful for? Yeah, put it down in the comments. Let me know, what is that one thing that you're most grateful for? You see, I've come to understand that our gratitude is our ability to appreciate and receive and experience everything, tangible and intangible. It's not just about being grateful for good things, it's being grateful for bad things too, because there's intangible good results that come from those things. I've really come to understand that life is always in balance, and everything in life is about making us more aware. Every experience we have is to waken us up to the fact that we are an infinite, individualized expression of the whole. Everything in life is about making us aware that we're unique. We're not supposed to be like anyone else. No one else will ever have the experiences that we have. Did you get that? No one else, no matter if you're actually experiencing the same thing, the same physical event, you will internally have a completely different experience than someone else because of the way your mind works. No one else has ever had your perception on things, because it would mean that they've had the exact same thoughts, the exact same feelings, the exact same emotions. So that's an impossibility. So when you're grateful for something, don't expect someone next to you to be grateful for the same thing unless they're awake, unless they're individuals who understand that there's a benefit in everything. And that's just not most people. Most people don't see the benefit in all things. But when you can see the benefit in all things and you neutralize any negative emotion, you're setting your body free. You're setting your body into a frequency where it can heal, where it can love, where it can accept. You know, this is something that I talk about all the time now, is that we're basically two things, but really the same thing: energy and consciousness. And our freedom comes is that we're an individualized point of consciousness, and we have the ability to set the frequency of the energy that we are. And when we set the frequency of that energy that we are, we have a physical, mental, emotional experience on this planet. And you can reset your frequency anytime you choose. And when you hold that new frequency, it will demonstrate in your life. You are not bound by your past. You're not bound to experience the same event over and over again. That's an illusion that we bought into. We are free to change our frequency. And when we're grateful, the feeling of gratitude, complete, total gratitude, is also the same feeling as love. Total and complete gratitude is also the same feeling of oneness. Total and complete gratitude is also the same thing as seeing life in perfect balance. It's really interesting that the highest elevated emotions we can feel are the ones where life is in balance, where we are the observer. When we're not the observer, we're more or less the victim. So I see Carol out there, Amy Marie, Jean, Paula, McBride, Zach. And I know there's a bunch of others of you out there. Know that I'm grateful for you. Because you're all, for whatever reason, you're a part of my life in one form, fashion, or another. And so I just give thanks for that. Why wouldn't I? You're giving me the opportunity to do what I like. Yeah, you too, Corey. It is a beautiful, wet, rainy, cold day here in Highland Village, Texas. And yet it's a perfect day. I'm grateful for the contrast. So grateful for the contrast. Here's something that you don't all know. Well, maybe you do know, but I'm a real big follower of Wim Hof. I do his breathing technique every morning with my wife, and every morning I take a cold shower to stimulate my body, to bring it into a higher, evolved, free state. And let me tell you, the shower this morning was exceptionally cold. I wanted to yell, but I couldn't yell because we have a house guest. Nikki's staying with us. And so I didn't want to yell and get her up. But man, it was so cold. And you're saying, well, how can you be grateful for a cold shower? Because I'll tell you, look up the benefits. What it does for your immune system, what it does for your mood, what it does for everything. It is amazing how that contrast of cold stimulates your immune system, brings you into a state. Oh my God, it is magnificent. Magnificent. Well, thank you, Lou Jen. She says, Happy Turkey Day. Lou Jen, it's the first time I've seen you check in. Well, you made my day today. And Lou is the name of my neighbor when I was growing up. The neighbor next door, the Sarkozys, they had twins that were like 6 months younger than me, Lou and Louise. And when we were growing up, we were best friends. So I'm so grateful that you checked in with us. Here's something that I brought up in meditation today. I want to share it with you because a lot of you aren't meditators with me. But one of the things that I've noticed the more I study about breathing is that we don't know, Luis, one of the things that we don't know is that we don't know how to breathe. We breathe very shallow. And when you have an oxygenated body, guess what? Cancer can't grow. When a body is oxygenated, it is more in a state of homeostasis and it can heal. So here's the key thing. Practice breathing. I'm asking the people in meditation to practice breathing for a count of 7. So you're breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Practice that 10 times a day. Expand your lung capacity. Expand your lung capacity. You'll feel better, especially if you're feeling any anxiety today. Here in the United States, it is Thanksgiving and holidays. Just bring on an anxiety with people. It's just normal. It just happens here. Breathe. Your breath is your salvation. Your breath is your go-to friend. Paula says in Germany, it's 2 degrees centigrade. It doesn't matter what temperature it is outside. How cold is that water when it hits the top of your head? I like it when it hits the top of my head. I like it when it hits my back. But when it hits my chest, it just makes me go, ah! And I'm grateful for it. Write down. Give me a comment. What are you most grateful for? Pick one thing. Pick one thing today that you're most grateful for and write it down. I'm grateful that I get to be Lee. Today and every day, I get to do meditation at 7 a.m. and I get to talk to you at 8 a.m. Central Time. I'm so grateful for that because I get to do what I love. One of my favorite songs is a song now by I Love My Life by Robbie Williams. If you've not heard that song, go on whatever medium you've got, Spotify. You can go on YouTube and find it. It doesn't matter. Lewis says, should we start with the lower abdomen? Are you talking about with the shower or are you talking about with the breathing? That's a good question. If you're talking about the shower, I always start with the top of the head. Just always do. That just sort of moves on down. If you're talking about breathing, let me go back to that. The reason I chose 7 as the count was because there are 7 energy centers. There are 7 chakras. So as you count from 1 to 7, you're literally associating each number with the chakra. So 1 is the root, 2 is the sacral, 3 is the solar plexus, 4 is the heart, 5 is the throat, 6 is the third eye, and 7 is the crown. And then when you're breathing down, you're going down. So actually, the ideal practice is when you're breathing in for the 7 count, feel the energy moving from the base of your spine all the way up your energy centers with each number until it gets to the crown. And then when you reverse the count, you're moving the energy back down. So there's 2 things involved here. Number 1, you're getting deep breathing practice. Number 2, I'm getting you to practice moving energy up and down your energy centers, opening up those energy centers and those chakras. So there is a method to my madness. Lewis says, I'm grateful for awareness and books. Corey says, family, friends, and those who love me. What about those that don't love you? Got to be grateful for them because they're your challenges. Amy has a loving family. Here's the thing. You may think you don't have a loving family. Let me share with you. You do. They just don't know any more than they know. So they're loving the only way they know. And if you're with them today, be a light, be a beacon, be love. No matter what they do, be love, accepting. And they'll wonder what's going on. And you just smile because you know your love. Thank you for being with me today. Make this the best Thanksgiving day ever. I'm grateful for you, and I love you just like you are. Make it a great day.